Sundance, or for like several years in a row. We went to Sundance.
Was it 3 years?
3 or 4 years.
3 years.
And I was always sick in January, always.
Yeah.
But one year I was really sick, and I was so determined. Like, I'm going to go. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do all the things.
Yeah.
Like, I was really working hard at it.
Yeah.
And one of the first bars we went to, the bartender was so nice. And, like, I think...
Made you a hot toddy?
He made me he's like, oh, you need a hot toddy. And made it with cinnamon whiskey. And it was so good. And, like, I think I drank those the rest of the time.
I remember that, yeah. Sundance was super fun.
It was super fun.
It's in Park City, and the film festival is going on at that time. And, I mean, we're like peons in the crowd. But I swear to God, it was I'm a celebrity junkie. Like, I will run.
She would like Frogger across the street to go be.
And it's not that I'm like, when you get there, I'm not going to be like uncool. I'm like, hi.
That is 100%. Like, that's a 100% impression of herself that she does.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how's it going? Really loved your movie. Thank you.
Can we take a picture?
I'm sorry. And really quickly, you chose that profession. So if you are ever a celebrity and you don't want to have your picture taken, then F you, because you chose that, and the reason you're famous is because of us.
Okay, so that reminds me of did you watch the series Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yes.
Okay, I love it. I love it so much. I have like so much affection for it. But the actor that does Between Two Ferns, Zach Galifianakis, was a complete fucking dickhead.
He's kind of awkward.
He was so awkward and like rude to all these people that like wanted to take pictures or see them. And Jerry Seinfeld totally put him in his place. He was like, dude, isn't this what you wanted?
Yeah.
Like, because anyway, it was so good. It was so good. It was like, come on.
Yeah, you have
like,
to understand.
Recognize the people that put you in the place that you want to be. You
chose to be famous on TV, and how you become famous on TV is to have fans. And you need to accept that. Like, I understand that it can get ridiculous. Like I understand that.
Like, invasion of privacy and like all that kind of stuff. Like, you just want to go be a normal person. But here's the question: do you really want to be a normal person?
Do you really not want to have your picture taken and put on social media by someone else?
Like, no. If you don't, then
you're Meryl Streep.
Then don't try to be a famous person.
Then you've been doing it for like 50 years, and you're like, I'm okay.
No, but
it doesn't matter how long you've been. I mean, you should still accept the fact, especially if you're walking the streets of Park City, Utah, and if you're an asshole, then suck it. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, look at these mugs. Okay, these are her mother's.
These were my mom's mugs.
I just asked her like what they were called, and she's like, I don't know, hot chocolate.
I mean, I don't know what they're called. They're just mugs. But they're pewter, and then they have this ceramic insert that comes out so you can clean them, and it like keeps it warm.
Please, because I'm gonna take the picture.
But yeah, so they're my mom's, and
hold on.
Yeah, we've got hot toddy with whiskey, with lemon, with honey, hot water, and a cinnamon stick.
Sore throats no more.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to take a picture of the top because it's beautiful, because there's like a beautiful cinnamon stick and a round circle.
Yeah.
So cheers.
I don't know if it's going to be too hot to drink. I hope not.
Oh.
Ooh. I know, that's good.
It's really good.
There's a reason I drank the shit out of these at Sundance that year. They were so good.
Jeez. I don't think I've actually had an actual real hot toddy.
And with the cinnamon whiskey was also really good. And so maybe we'll make one with that at some point. But yay!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Okay, listen. Do you like my headband?
I love your headband. Where'd you get it? It's so cute.
I got it at Red Beauty Lounge. And I'm wearing my Christmas sweater that I only wear one time a year, which is, it could be non-Christmas, but I call it Christmas. It's not like, but it's got little dogs.
I love it because that looks like your dog Bunny. This one. It kind of looks like an Aussie.
It does. It does. So
we love dogs.
Cheers, cheers. All right. Let's
Merry Christmas.
Clean up and talk.
Emily,
Amy.
I have you a present.
What is it?
I brought you a present.
Let's see.
Okay.
Because I have your present as well, but not actually with me because I didn't go pick it up today. I'm gonna have to go pick it up tomorrow.
Well, it's not much, but it's just.
Do you want me to open it?
Yeah,
on air?
open it.
Dang it! I'm really mad. Matthew, see, we should have gone to pick up Amy's present today.
Oh no, it's not that big of a deal.
I asked Matthew to go get it for me and I was like, "Can you go pick that up?" And he's like, "We'll just go get it tomorrow." And I swear to God, I'll drop it off for her.
What? Okay. Hold, please. Hold.
Oh my gosh! That is so great!
So,
A little sound clapper, a little thing, and it says Conversations, Cocktails, and Connections. Love Amy, the podcast. I love that! That is so great.
isn't that fun? I love
Where
those.
did you find that? Did you find it online?
Online.
That's so great. Okay, well, I
even bought a paint pen to write on.
Well, your gift will just deliver to you tomorrow because we just haven't picked it up. It's been purchased.
That's hilarious.
I knew that. I was like, I really wanted to give it to her tonight. Matthew's like, it's fine. I'll drop it off to her tomorrow.
Listen, I have had that sitting on my desk, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to give it to her. I'm like, but
so
we haven't
cute.
recorded for a while, so I was like, I really want to go see Emily so bad.
That's so perfect. That's so perfect. I can't wait to add it to the tree.
I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to spoil it and tell you what
Don't tell me anything.
I'm not going to spoil it. We're just going to.
Because I did buy, so I'm
going to go put this on top of the real clapper. Right over here.
That's what we need to take a picture of the roll clapper.
Oh, we do.
So, Christmas is here.
Christmas is here. So this episode comes out on Tuesday the 22nd. On Tuesday, so Christmas is Friday.
I don't like it when Christmas falls on a Friday, so sorry.
Why not?
Because if it's on a Tuesday or Wednesday,
The holiday lasts longer.
Yes,
doesn't it?
I tend to take more time off. And I think that because the COVID stuff started almost a year ago, I didn't I had not planned my Christmas time off necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, I did, but
Everything's changed.
Yeah, so I just didn't pay attention. So I'm not taking off as much as I would have liked to have taken off, which I'm not going anywhere. So, I'm a little disappointed, but it's okay because it's just kind of weird, and I'm ready for 2021 and all the things. But I'm so a last minute, no matter if COVID's in or not, I'm a last minute shopper, and being a last minute shopper in a pandemic is really hard.
I've already messaged people in my life to say, I really am sending you a gift this year. I promise. It's probably not going to get there on time because I just started shopping this week. Haven't wrapped anything. There's literally nothing under our tree.
No, there's nothing under our tree.
Nothing under our tree. And we have a child.
Yeah.
And there's nothing under our tree. It would be different if it
Well,
were just me and Matthew. I've got a pile of shit back there. And so I need to wrap presents. I'm going to have to go ship presents. There's some stuff I have to go deliver.
I have to do that this weekend.
But here's the thing. Even shipping them this weekend, they may not get there in time.
I know.
And so I'm like, hey, love you. Probably getting your gift late.
Well, I bought a roll of stamps to do Christmas cards, and then never. Mm-hmm. It's like the time went away for me. But if you got a Christmas card from me last year, it was very extra.
It was a beautiful Christmas card.
It was pretty, but it was totally a little extra for me because we have never really done a photograph card, and we actually had. It doesn't seem like it was a year ago, but we had actually a photographer do with our dogs and everything. And my intentions were
to do that every year.
Well, no, my intentions for this year was to maybe try to put on the dress that I had on and set it up with trash and wine bottles.
Oh,
and
that's funny. Do a whole scene.
Try to do the same thing. And now I may still be able to. I don't doubt it, but I mean that was my idea. It's just goes away.
Time goes by fast. We did photographic Christmas cards the first year, like right after we got married, only because we had used a wedding picture.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't done Christmas cards since then.
So do you know, I mean, I'm sure you've seen this, but I wanted to talk about how awesome. I did a really fun gift for my mother this year.
You did.
For a Christmas gift. It just hit me. So I'm constantly unloading boxes because we're constantly remodeling our house. And so I was like getting into a box and there's all these photos. And I was like, man, I really wish that I had a better picture of me and my mom and my sister. And so I thought, oh my gosh. Well, so our friend Meredith, Melody, photography. Mm-hmm. I called her up and I was like, hey, how fun. My sister was coming in for Thanksgiving and we set up a mother-daughter photo shoot that was so fun. And my mom shed a tear, Ellen, twice. And might have had a couple of drunk laughs at the beginning.
To loosen up?
Yeah. We had to loosen her up a little bit. But they turned out really, really pretty.
They are so pretty. And that's such a special gift.
I know. My thing was for her, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm happy to have them too.
Of course. It's great. Your sister's gonna be happy.
And she did such a good job, and it was very comfortable. And if you don't follow her, you should totally follow.
Yeah, Meredith is great.
She took our the two of us, like our little photos, our promo pics that we like and that are fun. And it was a special gift for all of us, I think. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about like giving a little extra with the photos.
That's fun. Like there's nothing I'm giving this year that's like super special or fun like that. It's just like, I mean, first of all, I've had a really hard time like even getting inspired to buy gifts. I'm like, people ask me what I'm like, please don't give me anything. Please don't give me anything.
No, me too. Because I have, since COVID, I have a complete addiction with getting something in the mail because we're not doing anything, and I'm getting pleasure by getting Amazon gifts or Amazon deliveries. Whether it's little gifts every day. Whether it's soap,
it could be anything.
It's just something to open. I literally am having pleasure with that, and that actually, I've actually been thinking. I like to set goals for the new year, and that might be a goal for a month to not have an online purchase because.
Why would you have that goal?
I know, but it's like
if it makes you happy. I've become
addicted to it a little bit. It's kind of like a drug.
Yeah, no, shopping is definitely an addiction. I mean, it is purely.
Yeah, it really is. So I think that, but I have really been thinking about it. So I'm like, I don't know how I can do it because I do buy a lot of stuff for the salon online, and so. I think I need to like not X out Amazon, but maybe make someone else in charge of buying what we need for the salon. But I don't know where
It's a reflex though. Like ordering on Amazon is almost a reflex. Like I'll be sitting here in the evening, like reading a book, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting, and I like pull up Amazon. I'm like, oh, okay, $12.99, done. I mean, it's like, and then 3 days later, or 2 days later, or the next day, it shows up, and I'm like. What did I order? And I have to go back and like look, and it just it's a habit. It's a routine. It's one of those things that's hard to break. Like you almost have to like take your phone. Yes, I would have to take my phone away.
The credit card off
once I started drinking because that's what really happens.
That's the bad part. Well, so Christmas gifts have been. I have not really known what I'm like. I don't know who I'm going to see. I don't know.
Right.
Like we're going to do anything. I don't know what to get anybody. So it hasn't, I really do enjoy buying a gift for somebody. And what I get pleasure in is choosing it myself, not just saying, hey, what do you want? Okay, Amazon gift card, I'm going to get you Amazon gift card. I don't want to do that. I want to actually pick something out, and I'm fine if you want to return it.
Right.
I am totally fine with that. But I get off pleasure, by giving you something that I think you might like.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, that's fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's totally fine. But so with Matt, he doesn't shop as much for himself through the year, so I always feel like I need to buy a lot. And but he's actually really hard to buy for. So I kind of struggle with him.
Yeah.
But I did go to Domestic, which is one of my favorite stores to buy things for him, which is a local store, and they do sell online. So they sell the brand Filson, and he likes the clothing, the Filson clothing. And of course, I found something for myself.
It's one for them, one for me. One for them,
and
I
wasn't at all expecting to find anything for myself. I mean, of course I find things like a little candle or something, but I bought a hat, and I just couldn't handle it, and I was like, okay, wrap it up, because it was coming in the size, because I have a very large head. I do. Very smart.
A big brain. Big brain.
Anyway, so they said it's coming, and I was like, okay, we'll wrap it up. And I went immediately home. It's like the first thing that came out of my mouth was, already bought your Christmas. Do not buy anything.
Well, at least you know you're getting what you want.
Yeah.
Like, and Matthew and I've done that too. Like, he was like, I bought a pair of shoes. I'm not going to even, like, open the box. Just wrap them and put them under the tree.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. And, you know, I mean, it's just...
When they gift wrap there, you know, so they gift wrap, and they actually will ship. So, but I told him, I said, just go ahead and wrap it, because I actually haven't tried on the size that actually will fit me. So then I won't even, like...
Be tempted.
Yeah. So I said, just wrap it up. And so the surprise will be the fitting when I open up, right?
So I went to Box Turtle yesterday, or not Box Turtle. Well, I did go to Box Turtle yesterday, but we're talking about domestic. I went to domestic yesterday as well. And I was buying, like, stocking stuffers and stuff. Like, so I decided for my dad, he always likes the stuff that I put in his stocking better than whatever, like, gift I wrap. Yeah. But, I mean, I put good stuff in the stocking, too. Yeah. And since I'm not going to see him this year, I'm really excited about this. So I'm not going to...
Stocking stuffers can get expensive.
Well, they can.
Yeah.
So I bought a stocking at Box Turtle that says Naughty.
Nice.
Okay, and so, because I have a stocking for him here that has his name, but I'm not going to ship him the stocking. Like, this is something I'm going to mail to him. And I bought stuff at several different places for him to put it. So, like, that'll be his gift, you know? And so some of the stuff was at Domestic. And so I was there, and I called Matthew after I got out, because I was stuck in my parking spot, which is a whole separate story and one that I can talk about for 10 minutes. But I called him, and not because I wasn't stuck because I'm a bad driver, just for the record. Like, I'm a really good driver. It's because I have a really big fucking car. Sorry, Ellen. And so I called him, and he's like, I can't believe I didn't see you. I was just at domestic too.
Was he buying something for you?
He was buying stocking stuffers as well. But he had parked, like, on the other side, like, and I'd gone to Eggshells first, you know, so he was probably in Domestic when I was at Eggshells, and then so we just completely missed each other, but it was really funny. And so when I got home, I was like, what'd you buy? Like, making sure we didn't, like buy the same things, and we didn't. Oh, well, we had bought some anyway. It was fun. We got it all worked out, but it was really funny.
Okay, so when I was there trying to shop, I did end up buying something for my husband, but I think all I can think about is the damn thing that I bought for myself, the hat that I bought for myself. But I told Heather, who owns the store, because she posted this on her social stories, and I'm going to tell you about it because I have not stopped talking about it to clients, and I think I don't know what company, I don't know who does it, but I think it's genius. And they are selling a bucket. It's called a kickball bucket.
Oh, I've seen her post about that, but I don't know what's in it. Okay.
All I know is there's a kickball, and the thing and let me tell you.
That's all you need to know.
Well, the best part. I'm about to tell you the best part. So, first of all, this is not anything like spectacular, like bucket, okay? So, it's like a bucket that you could, like, mix concrete in.
Yeah, like a Home Depot bucket.
Yeah, it's totally a Home Depot. Okay. There's a kickball in it, and there's bases, okay? I don't know what else is in it. There's probably something else in it. But let me just explain why this is important. Because when you're a kid and you're playing kickball, the biggest thing is trying to make freaking bases. So you either exit out in the ground, you make a tree or something, a base. But if you had a bucket that had actual bases, oh my God, I would have freaking loved it. We played kickball like crazy when I was a kid. And I don't even know how much this cost.
I don't think kids do it anymore, though. Like,
oh, they should, because kickball's fun.
I agree.
Bases and kickball. I mean,
I agree.
What? A kickball like goes far, and which is fun. Oh, let me tell you a story. So, okay, I went to this school in Pine Bluff called Southwood Elementary. And when you're a kid, a green space is like the woods, okay?
Okay.
So, like, when you're a kid, it backed up to, like, a green space. So, there's, like, plenty of, like, playground or whatever. So, all the kids at the school were scared of the woods because there was a gang called the Death Dogs.
Pine Bluff, people. Pine Bluff.
Y'all, I'm not even kidding.
I think you are.
If you played kickball and your ball went into the woods, it was like you ran in and you came out. And I swear to you, it had to have been a gang made up by the teachers.
Just to
so
keep you
would
out of
not
the woods.
go out of the woods. I'm not kidding. You ask any Pine Bluff person that knows anything about Southwood Elementary, the Death Dogs.
Oh my gosh.
It makes me laugh because when you're an adult, you're thinking, I mean, you were scared though. Like you would not go in the woods. And that was totally made up by the school.
Of course. It reminds me of the movie The Sandlot. Remember when like the ball went over the fence and it was like, you know.
Like you were scared.
The end of the world.
Yeah, you were scared.
The end of the world.
That's hilarious. But no, that toy, I mean, well, it's not a toy, but I'm just saying like that packaging, it's kind of old school at Domestic. And I've told so many people about it because we've all had common interest in kickball.
Of course.
And bases. I don't even know what else is in this thing, but I was like, the bases are the thing that to me is like the coolest thing.
Okay, so Matthew, speaking of bases, Matthew showed me this video today. He's like, have you seen this? And it's like toddlers playing baseball. And it's this little kid like running from third base to home base.
Oh my gosh.
And he decides to run in slow motion. The video's not shot in slow motion. The kid is running in slow motion. So you can hear all these people around him like dying laughing because he's like, I mean, he's like gotta be like 4. I mean, it's a kid, like a little kid. And then you can like see somebody come up and like try to hurry him up, like, and he's like, I mean, how does a child know to do that? It's really funny.
There's something that went on the news this week, and it was about a little kid. And I don't know if there's some kind of like thing that's like trending right now that you do this little dance or whatever outside the car. It's called Listen, I saw this for a hot second, so I do not know. It's not that I didn't remember. I just literally saw it for a second, but I was like, damn, that kid could dance.
Outside the car, like while the car's moving?
I don't know.
Kid, because that was a thing. Like,
no, it's not that.
It's not that thing. Okay.
It's called some kind of dance, and this little he was little and he was so cute. I was like, geez, that kid's gonna be a star because he could like all the moves. It was amazing. But no, I secretly want to be a dancer.
Oh,
and a singer.
I not secretly want to be a dancer and a singer and an actor, but
and a fashion designer.
like when I say it, like I'm like I would never try it. Amy will get out there and try it. She'd be like, I can't sing. Give me that microphone.
It's always worth a try.
I admire her. No, I 100% agree. Like I absolutely agree.
It's like if you go.
This is not a criticism. It's an admiration.
I know, but. Something that my husband is not as, like, he's not going to ask for directions. He's not going to, like, ask for where something is located in Home Depot.
Right.
Okay. I will always ask because I don't want to waste the time walking around. So I'm like, what are they, or ask somebody to do something. I'm like, what are they going to say? No, I mean, like.
But see, I'm with Matt because, and I can't speak for Matt, but I can speak for me. I know.
This is like. That's why we're friends because you're like my husband.
We compliment each other. I know. And it's the same, like.
I'm Matthew.
Yeah. Like, Matt Hester and I would never work.
No, you would not.
And you and Matthew Dean would never work. Like it's like, you know, everybody, you got to marry your compliment, right? But for me, it would be, I don't want to have to deal with people. Like I would rather walk around this store for 30 minutes, even though I hate wasting time. Like I can find a way to be productive during that 30 minutes. in my own way, like listening to something or, whatever. I would rather do that than have to interact with a person. Like, there are things on my to-do list right now that require making a phone call, which would be so easy to do. And just the fact that I'm going to have to actually interact with a human being if I could schedule my vet appointments online, schedule my oven repair and ice maker repair online, and
then them actually not see them, like them fix it from far.
Yes, I don't want to have to interact with them to make the appointment. Okay. I don't want to have to show up for the appointment. Like, even the thought of interacting with people stresses me out so much. So we just finished The Flight Attendants.
I have not watched that.
And I honestly can't remember, because it's been a few weeks
since we talked.
Okay, so let me say this.
Some people say they didn't like it, and some people say they love it.
When it's all said and done, I liked it.
Okay.
All right. If it had just been me.
Because it's a book, right?
It was a book, but I didn't read the book. I don't know anything about the book. If it had just been me, I would have stopped watching after the first episode.
Why?
Because I didn't like the way the story was being told. It was like, and I didn't know the story, but it was like these like flashbacks, and like she was talking to a dead person, and it was like too much jump cutty kind of stuff. And I didn't like it. But then Matthew wanted to watch it. And I was like, well, I'll watch the first episode with you again. And then we got it anyway. We got into it. And like by the third episode, I was like, okay, now I'm into the story. And I think there's only 6 or 7 episodes. I mean, it's not like that many. But it took like halfway through the series for me to actually get into it. But I ended up liking it. But it took a bit.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't know this about me, I am a Star Wars geek. Did you know that?
Well, I mean, I know.
I like Star Wars.
I know you asked me several times if we're watching The Mandalorian, and my response is, I am not, but my family is.
Good. Like, it is so. Second season of The Mandalorian is amazing. And every episode is like, holy hell, I can't believe this is over.
So, I'm sure if I watched it, I would get into it, but I can hear it being played in the other room.
But did you watch any Star Wars ever? Like,
yes,
have you seen all of them? Okay.
All the Star Wars.
Well, then you're allowed to watch them.
Like, for some reason, The Mandalorian
I think you would really like it. I think you'd like it. Especially the second season is...
The voice of one of the characters, because I don't know the storyline. I don't know. I don't know what the voice is. It sounds robotic. It sounds through a helmet. It sounds like artificial. And it fucking drives me insane.
Okay, I can't talk about this anymore. Do not talk about The Mandalorian because he's not here.
I'm in the other room, and that's what I can hear, and I'm like, oh.
Well,
it's kind of like the sounds of The Walking Dead. I never watched The Walking Dead, but
I don't like zombies. I don't like.
But I can hear my family watching The Walking Dead in the other room, and all I hear is, and I can't stand it. I'm like, why does all the zombie stuff have to be?
Because they're like,
and it's just constant. Dead. It's constant throughout the entire
I don't
episode.
Feel like so The Mandalorian the second season has so many big people like directing. It's insane. Like there's, and every episode, it's kind
a lot of cameos.
Well, it has like this Western thing going.
I think that might be my turnoff. I'm not big on Western.
It has a very like Western vibe, but not Western. We love it. We're probably gonna watch the last one tonight. I think. I don't know. Like we get behind on things, and
I mean,
it's only 30 minutes. That's what makes me mad. It's like you start watching it, and like, listen, Matt and I don't have a lot to watch together in common because he always judges on my things, but that one we like, and when it's over, we're like, oh God, what are we gonna watch now?
Yeah,
but
did y'all watch Fargo?
No,
I don't know. I actually don't know that you would like Fargo.
I don't know if I would either, actually. But
it is really good. But I can see you not liking it just from like a pacing standpoint.
It doesn't appeal to me. Like looking at it does not think that it's something I will watch. I did just watch an entire series, Amazon original, The Wilds.
Matthew's been watching that.
Okay,
Matthew's
so
been watching
Matthew and I
it.
are like the same, and you and my husband are the same.
I think we've already established it. We've established
I mean,
this.
right? No, it was so good. I loved it. I finished it so quickly. I did like it a lot. And it's not at all a, what was the movie with all the kids?
Well, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Because Matthew was telling me about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so it's like a female Lord of the Flies. He's like, it is, but it
It's
isn't.
not,
And then
but
he starts
it
telling
is.
me more, and I'm like, so it's kind of like Lost? He's like, it is, but it isn't.
It's like if you can put it all together.
And then, and he kept describing it, I was like,
kind of all of it together.
Again, okay, so here's my opinion on this though. This is a big opinion.
Uh-huh.
Well, not a big opinion. It's more like overarching. Is because everybody's been home and like consuming content like crazy, just sucking it all up. All these, organizations like Netflix, like Hulu, like Prime, HBO Max, they're buying produced content that they wouldn't have otherwise purchased. Like, I feel like their standards have lowered just to get stuff out.
Yeah.
And
but
so
I liked this though. I did like it.
I know, but would it have been picked up if not for the fact that they were missing content? Like, have you watched Murder on Middle Beach?
No. Is that a documentary?
It's a documentary. It's like a 4-part documentary, and it's gotten a lot of like coverage. No, I hate it. But
I don't really love documentaries.
It's a murder mystery kind of thing.
A podcast, crime podcast is fine, but I don't. What they do with the crimes on a show is they draw it out so fucking long that it's like I cannot take it.
Well, and here's the thing: is that everybody's like been raving about this because it's got some twists and turns and stuff. Spoiler alert: it's never solved, and. I think it is so poorly told. I think the story is so poorly told. Like, there's not... It drives me insane.
Did you watch the whole thing?
The production... I watched 3 out of the 4. The production value, I think, is so shitty. And I don't think that HBO would have picked it up if not for... pandemic and they're being hungry for content. So I think that the standards have been just lowered and we're getting all this stuff because people want content. And I think that's so great for the content producers, and it gives exposure to things that might not otherwise have been picked up. And there could be some real gems out there, but I also think there's some real pieces of crap.
Right. Well, I feel like there was a second, like within this last year, I feel like there's been so many documentary crap that has been like, probably a podcast that's taken to film, and they draw it out, and it sucks because it's not like you're getting real content of the actual, like you're not getting a lot of actual people. You're getting these like reenactment, like fake looking, like, oh, I'm gonna drag the body in this way. You know what I mean? And it's like it's stupid. I just like I'd rather listen to it in a podcast. I don't want to watch it on a film.
Yeah, it's just not. It's. I mean, it'd be like me going out and making a film. Like, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I got my iPhone.
I mean, I can use the camera and use the editing software. We've seen how good it is.
Okay.
Like, now I'm going to go make a documentary? No. Just because I can use the software doesn't mean I'm good at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it has sucked. I mean, like, I feel like I've watched everything that's good. Like, personally, I have the best opinion on television.
You watched The Queen's Gambit, right? We talked about that.
Love it.
So good.
Love the fact that chess is making a comeback, which I never got onto. I love checkers.
Oh my God, but
I don't know how to play
chess boards are sold out everywhere.
I mean, I love it. And even to tell you that I've seen like the master's class that's like online where you can like pay to have a subscription for a master's class. That now there's like a chess thing.
I love it. I have the master pass.
Yeah, I know.
Master pass, master class.
Which I kind of want to like buy that, or I want to like borrow.
Oh, we can talk about that.
But I'm trying to think. There was something else that came out that I watched really quickly. So that's the thing is like right now, like you put it out, and if you can watch it all, I will watch it really fast. Yeah. And then if you've got something that they're pacing out, it pisses me off.
It does me too. And here's the other thing, and I know we've talked about this before too, but like I would rather watch something that had like 7 or 8 seasons and watch it all at once. Like, I don't want to watch something that has 3 seasons and is still on TV. Because here's the thing. I'm never going to watch it again. Never going to watch it again. I'm going to watch the 3 seasons. I'm going to love it. I'm going to be anticipating the 4th season, but I'm not going to watch the 4th season.
Well, and don't put anything on Netflix or Amazon that has like 1 to 2 seasons and it's canceled. Because I'm not going to put my time into watching something that only has 2 seasons. I'm not. 1 season, because typically you got canceled. You got canceled.
So you're left with a cliffhanger or something.
You may have a cliffhanger and you're like pissed. Like, even if you liked it, you're just, that's going to make me really mad.
I think just consumers' expectations for content has just changed so much just in the last 2 years, but then especially in the last 6 months, and the way that we're getting content. And you're seeing that, of course, with movie theaters. You know, Warner Brothers is now doing all of their movies for 2021 straight to HBO Max.
Wonder Woman on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'm really
just
excited
saying about that. Okay, you know what, this is something with TV that's going to make me angry, because 2020 sucked. COVID sucks. If you start making your fucking storyline, sorry, Ellen, all about like a doctor show and everybody's COVID, it's like emergency room COVID.
We're gonna see that for sure.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, I'm not watching doctor shows anymore anyway. But
I don't want all the storylines to be like all these like COVID deaths, because
like we're gonna see movies with like everybody wearing masks.
I won't watch.
You're gonna be wearing a mask though.
I mean, I'm gonna wear a mask forever. I will say I will always have a mask flying or traveling. If I go into a gas station on the way somewhere, I think I'm always going to wear a mask. And if I have a cold and I need to work and it's not contagious, I'm going to wear a mask.
I know. And I agree. But I also know how awkward it is when no one around you is wearing a mask and you're wearing a mask. Like, I've been.
But I think it's okay.
It's okay, but there's the people, like, even now, like, I have been, because of some work things that I've had to do, where it's been a group of people outside and I was the only one wearing a mask. Well, and it was awkward.
Why were they not wearing a mask?
Because we're outside and everybody's 6 feet apart.
Well, dodo. But I think that's fine. I mean, everybody can have their opinion. I mean, but if you really think about like 5 years, like 2 years from like before, like, if we saw somebody on a plane coming in with a mask, we thought they probably had cancer, or they're like sick.
They were immunocompromised. Yeah,
like something was going on that they, or like you saw a photo of somebody in China, or like all these people are wearing masks, and you're like, why are they doing that? The pollution must be terrible. They can't breathe natural air or whatever. Now I feel like since we've worn them so much that it's like. It's normalized. It's normalized a little bit. Where
I mean, I hope that's the case.
Typically before this I would have never put on a mask unless I was like dying.
I mean, I hope that would be the case, but I think that we also have so many people that like want to call you out for shit, you know.
If they do, I'm gonna do this. What?
Live your life, let me live mine.
No, I just feel like now that it's been seen so much, even when we are allowed to not wear a mask anymore, I think that it'll be okay if you wear a mask, because for me, it would be more protection for myself.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, it would just be me. Like, if I'm going to go on a flight, because I was already a little weird about flights anyway. I always had my little emergency pack, like Lysol, and I always did that anyway. So now it'll have a mask in it.
Now, have you been able to find Lysol anywhere? I haven't seen Lysol on the shelves.
Not Air Lysol, but I have a fucking pack of Lysol cleaner if you need any.
No, yeah, we've got like Clorox wipes only because I stocked up. I've always stocked up on those, not like pre-COVID, but I haven't seen Lysol spray.
No. And
I would like to have some Lysol spray.
I'm not going to pay $20 a thing for it either.
No.
So
we bought some hand sanitizer that I'm going to have to throw away. It is sticky. It is so sticky.
It's just,
it's like
get a film on your.
It's unusable. Like, you put it on and then you can't separate your hands. It's like
goo.
It's like
it's slime.
It's not branded. It's, you know, like, but I got it at Walgreens. You know, but it was like the only hand sanitizer they had, and so like I bought 2 different. I was like, hand sanitizer, and I bought 2 bottles of it, like 2 different sizes, you literally can't, it's like
so before all of what's happening now, like before COVID, like when we're trying to like get back to work and we're trying to like get back to jobs, and for me personally, I had to buy a ton of hand sanitizer for the salon. So at the time when we started back, it was really hard to find. That was when like was nothing, and Rocktown Distillery was making hand sanitizer, so I bought a ton of it and spray bottles, and I will tell you,
it's
and
good,
that was
right?
but that was before COVID, any hand sanitizer was gel. So no one had ever really had alcohol like spray. And so they made the spray. And now I swear to God, I would have preferred the spray because it sprays on and it absorbs fast. Like some of these like jelly
the
stuff.
gels have gotten
like,
way too sticky. Like I'm going to have to try. I need to go because they're still making it. I need to go and get some because you can only get it straight from them, I think.
And I think that they only sell, so they have which you could actually buy the smaller thing and go to Walgreens and buy an aerosol, like a little one of those little travel things that has like a spray pump and pour it in because it's just a liquid. But for the salon, when we opened, they were selling it to businesses in like gallons, I think, and you could buy a spray. So if you bought a certain size, it was just like pure liquid. There was not a spray bottle. So like if you bought a big purchase, then you could get these little sprays. Anyway, so we have the sprays.
We need to go. Like I think we might go down to Rocktown and get some.
I love it.
I want like a bigger bottle to keep in my car.
Yeah.
Just because like coming and
it
going
doesn't stink. Some of them stink so bad.
Yeah.
Like the one that I have in the car right now is the brand Chi, which is the flat irons and all that stuff. And I bought it at the very beginning, so it was really hard to find. And when the beauty supply place that I go to got the first shipment of it, I bought one and I just kept it in the car. So I still have it, but it stinks so bad. And so now like I still will, like when I go to the grocery store, I will open the car, pump it in my hands, and do it outside before I get in.
Yeah,
because it stinks.
Yeah.
And it's not that, I mean,
these are 2020 problems.
Right?
Not first world problems. These are 2020 problems.
Oh, I mean, what is happening?
Merry Christmas.
So I was talking with somebody earlier. It's like, I don't think I really, like when we were young, like we didn't just wash our hands. Like it wasn't like embedded in us to wash our hands. Like it wasn't for me. I mean, we hung out at the Little League field like every summer, and you would go in this like a horrible bathroom that had like one stall and like no light and probably no soap and maybe a sink. But like you just go to the bathroom and you leave, like you didn't wash your hands. And I'm like thinking of those times, and then you go to the concession stand.
I know.
Like it's like germ central, but you kind of need a little bit of germs.
You do, but you don't need the COVID germs.
No, we don't want COVID.
You don't need the COVID germs.
So, what are you doing on Christmas Day?
Well, we are going to cook a meal for
What is the meal you're cooking? Because you told me, and I'm very interested in how you get it. Is it too late to get it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Tell us about it.
So it's just going to be me and Matthew and Sophie here on Christmas Day, and we're going to cook. And we decided we're going to try this. This is the first time we're doing this. We ordered the HelloFresh holiday meal kit. So we're actually going to cook, but they're shipping the food to us. I knew you were gonna ask me that. It's it's like beef tenderloin, and I think there's some sort of potato something, and I think there's like a brie crostini and green beans or something. I don't know.
It's a whole different package than like the regular meal set.
Yes, and we actually haven't done we've done other meal packages stuff, but we've recently signed up, and we're gonna try to do HelloFresh like with the coming new year because we've been ordering out way too much, and we started doing the math on it, and we're like, this is actually getting ridiculous. Math, both cost and calories.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And so we're gonna try to start cooking at home more, and having those prepackaged meals. So anyway, we're doing this holiday gift pack, not holiday meal pack from HelloFresh, and then we'll also do some ordering from we'll order some desserts from some local businesses, because like for Thanksgiving we ordered all of our stuff from a local business. And so we'll order some stuff and pick it up, but we're trying to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah,
but
that sounds
also
great.
Festive. What are you guys doing?
Well, we are going to be cooking for the first time in our kitchen as not completely finished remodel, but we can actually cook. So I told Matt, I was like, "Oh my God, we're making a freaking feast. We're cooking a big."
I love that you said we're cooking a feast.
I mean, a big breakfast. I want champagne, and breakfast feast, and then I want a turkey because we didn't do anything for Thanksgiving, so we didn't have turkey for Thanksgiving. Like, we chose not because we didn't want to be with our family, but because it was advised,
pandemic required it,
to go and be with your travel. So anyway, we didn't do a turkey and it kind of it made me sad all around. Every year you have the same thing. And my family has always done turkey for Thanksgiving and turkey for Christmas.
Right.
Which is really funny because it's like a month apart and you have a whole turkey for a month apart in the whole year. But anyway, so I really want a turkey. I just want to
I'm excited.
Turkey.
I can't wait to see what y'all cook.
But I love to have sweets. Mm-hmm. So I might make some sweets.
Ooh, before you leave, I need to serve you some of my Christmas crack.
I love crack.
Yay.
Especially Merry Christmas. Anyway, so I don't know. I think we just want to be in the kitchen.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah. And so I have this new little table it's not necessarily, it's where the dining room was, but it's a smaller area, and I'll show you pictures of everything later when it's all finished. But it's just enough, and we started a puzzle, which I've never done ever.
I love holiday puzzles.
So it's sitting there, and we've and also it's the perfect size to do a game, maybe cards or dominoes or something. So I don't know. I think since there's just us, you guys can come over if you want.
We don't like to leave.
You might be in our bubble.
I know. We are.
We're kind of in our bubbles.
Yeah.
Boop. I'm not excited about. I want to see my family, but I think because my mom is going to see my sister, it makes it a little easier and less stressful for that.
Sure.
But we all want to see everybody. It's just, I think,
gotta do what's right now.
And I think people say because I see the public a lot, but Amy sees people all day, and I'm like, but I wear a mask fucking for 10 hours a day.
Also, they wear a mask. They get their temperature taken.
Yeah, it's not, and the client wears a mask the whole time. I wear a mask the whole time.
And
we're
you
not
don't want to
eating
do that
in front
on your
of
vacation. Yeah.
No, and I don't want to eat where no one's wearing. We're not. That's where everybody needs to be safe. And think about things and who you're seeing and where they've been. And
yeah,
I listen to a lot of news radio, so I'm scared to death. And my husband is so much more scared than I am.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we need to be scared right now.
I'm scared we're scared for us, but we're also scared for other people. It's all the things. There's so much. I had a telemed prescription refill thing with my doctor on Monday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I love. And you can get on this comfortable feeling of maybe you can go and do things, and then you listen to somebody, and that'll push you down back to reality. And so that kind of was how it was for me with him. And I wasn't comfortable, but he made me realize okay, he basically said healthy young people that have had COVID are having later
serious
horrible
health issues.
like blood clots and seizures and stuff like that.
Right.
So
heart and lung issues.
Talking to him, I was like, okay. I've been doing what we're supposed to do, and we're not going anywhere. But it tells you when you're thinking about doing something with a family member. It's
right.
Makes you think about, well, my doctor said this, so I believe everything he says. I do.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And basically, my question was for him was when are you taking the vaccine? And he was like, I'll do it as soon as it's available for him. Emily, love you, mean it. Have a Merry Christmas.
You know what? 2020 has been weird, but not that bad.
No. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.